Indiana Fever about done with this offseason, with free agency, with putting together a roster, at least until draft and they get into training camp, because don't be surprised if there are changes made going forward. I don't think a lot of these players they signed after the core are guaranteed contracts. I believe that that they could be cut. We've got 11 now. So my thought seems pretty obvious, right? That they're probably looking to sign their number one pick. Obviously, they're going to have others in training camp as well, and changes could be made. But as of now, I'm thinking this is probably these 11 plus their draft picks, and I'm sure some others that they'll invite to camp as well, heading into camp, and then changes may still happen after that. This one has the Fever fan base kind of split. We got a lot of people riled up, a lot of people upset, thinking this is a terrible, terrible signing. Here's what I like about it. I'm going to try overall to put a positive spin. I think a lot of people are looking at the fact that, she struggled a little bit in Dallas, although production not as bad as people think. I know a lot of people were looking at the advanced analytics and her defense, but she averaged almost 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. 6.6 rebounds, almost 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Playing only 22 minutes a game. She started half of the games, 20 out of 40, and did so, as we know, for a bad team. She's a WNBA champion, won a title with the Mystics in 2024. I mean 2019, sorry. 8-year vet after being drafted in the second round. So she worked hard to stick around. That's not a player you think, oh, she's going to stick around, because not only did she stick around, if we take a look at this, back in 2020, I was going to say 2019, but it was the year after they won the title. She had averaged 17 points, 8.8 boards, second team all WNBA, and runner up for most improved. Okay. So it's not like she can't play. She hasn't been great lately. That is true. Although, again, given the numbers I just gave you, it's not like she can't play. And I do believe her offense is better than her defense. That being said, she is a big body. She is physical. I absolutely 100% believe she will defend Caitlin Clark. She will get nasty if she needs to. She is that type of player. She does not back down. Do not start anything if you don't want anything. That is the type of player Hines-Allen is. So it says, Amber Cox said, she brings a unique skill set to our front court rotation. She has been a consistent performer on both sides of the ball throughout her career and brings championship experience that will impact us on the court and in the locker room. We're thrilled to welcome her to the Fever. For her part, Hines-Allen said it was important to sign with a team that has legitimate championship aspirations. The Fever check off all the boxes and what I was looking for, so I'm eager to play with these elite women and to get the chance to have the best fans in the league cheering for me as well. And it is crazy that we are where we are, though. As a Philadelphia fan, I have to say I do appreciate this a little bit when they talk, when there's that uncertainty about the fan base. Now, obviously, it's way, way more with the Indiana Fever and for other reasons, but it's not like we don't get a little bit of that in Philadelphia. So I kind of, I get it. And you look at these small things. And when we look at the fact that no big name free agents came here, I think it's partly on the front office being not very good. And, there probably is a little, some of the players buying into the nonsense surrounding Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever fans. But going back to the front office not being very good, we know last year was a disaster. But also, look at all of these players. And I just blanked on the connection to Hyde. Oh, Dallas, Amber Cox. But, Monique Billings played with Caitlin Clark at Team USA recently, played with Kelsey Mitchell in Unrivaled recently. Ty Harris was Stephanie White's starting point guard in 2024. We know they did nothing overseas last year, no signing of overseas players this year. It's like I tweeted this out earlier. It's like the Indiana Fever front office in terms of building a rosters on the friends and family plan. They have no scouting. They don't go out and look at players. They don't find those hidden gems. They clearly don't sell coming to Indiana very well. So, but I will say, going back to the fan base thing real quick, it's nice to hear this type of thing. She mentions the fans, and I know some people get really, really cynical. I can be as cynical as anybody about, oh, well, she's probably just saying that. No, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt at this point because, again, I'm telling you, she absolutely will defend Caitlin Clark. There's no doubt in my mind. This is only about 30 seconds, just some clips that we can see what she can do. But you can also see, and it's important to clip, right? She is a fired up competitor. She is a fiery competitor. She wants to play. She wants to win. She's going to play hard. She's not going to back down from anyone. So we don't have to worry about it just being Sophie Cunningham. And we know the Fever needs someone like this. And the other thing for those getting really, really upset, which I think has a lot more to do with what we didn't get at the top end, because Hines-Allen is most likely going to be, she's probably not gonna play a ton unless gets an opportunity and seizes it the way we saw Lexi Hull do in 2024. And we don't have a lot of depth at forward, so I think look, I get it. Man, I look at the Fever signings overall too, but I get it. However, I don't think that panic is necessary right now. And to that point, I want to finish up with a couple of these to round it out. If you haven't seen it, right? We they Here's the two development players. People were asking me about that. I said I had no idea how that's going to go, how they're going to do that. Here we go. We got Megan McConnell, Kiana Traylor. I'll probably do another video on them. I might see how it goes in training camp and if they're going to be the two developmental players, development players on the roster after that, because I can tell you I don't know a ton about them right now. I just found out this news, and I wanted to talk about the Hines-Allen thing, and then the other big one on this. By the way, if you see this, thank you, Brianna Turner. She's gone. She's done. She's out of here. Look, at the end of the season, and I said this, she came in, she started getting some minutes. She played really good defense, but I'm not disappointed that Brianna Turner is gone. She went to the Las Vegas Aces. I think she's one of those headaches. I think maybe her and Caitlin got along fine. I mean, there's nothing from the outside that I can say, oh, she was a problem there. But we saw the comments she made after the Angel Reese Chicago Sky nonsense, basically throwing the fans under the bus and assuming guilt. Very, very active Twitter. In fact, I would call Brianna Turner an activist long before she's a basketball player. So I think this is kind of a little bit of addition by subtraction, but yeah. So there we go. We've got Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, Monique Billings, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Michaela Timpson, Demiris Dantas, Ty Harris, Amisha Hines Allen. That is the 11. We've got Megan McConnell and Kiana, is it kind of Trailer or Taylor? Now I forget. Yeah, Trailer. I knew it. But see, Taylor's much more common. We've got them as a development player, so there's really one more roster spot. WNBA draft is tonight. We will see how that goes. Of course, I'm sure I will talk about that a little bit tomorrow. But look, I'm not as freaked out about this signing as a lot of the fan base, so I kind of wanted to walk through that. Obviously mentioned Brianna Turner because I thought she'd be back. I thought she'd be the one of those that was a late signing just because, again, defensive presence, probably not going to pay her a lot. Now, the fact that we've got two all WNBA players still on rookie contracts and no big free agency signing, no shade at all to Monique Billings, but she's never been even a full-time starter. So that's not a splash. We didn't do the Chicago Sky. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you checking out the video. As always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know the drill. I'll talk to y'all later.